Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, March 7th. It is 6:17 right now. Market's going to open in about 13 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick, and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. It's got a couple of things here to update, and we should be good to go. Looks good. A few more things here. All right. One last thing, and it looks like we are good to go. So let me get this Zoom link sent out to you guys here in the premium. All right. So I'll get a few moments for people to make their way in, and then I'll start marking up liquidity over here. All right. So as people join in, I'm gonna go ahead and start marking up liquidity over here on the daily chart. On my trade over here, on the USDCF trade that was running from yesterday. So guys, I still trade forex here and there. Actually, I still trade pretty often. I'm up right now about 538 on this USD trade. I just trade like V1 patterns, but slightly different from the regular. I mean, it's looking good so far. So anyways, back to YM. I'm going to go ahead and start marking up liquidity over here. On the daily chart. Seems like majority of my strategies are based off they're kind of similar to the breakout. They're like V1 patterns that it's just multiple confluences, V1s that go into momentum. They still work really well. And there's a ton of different ways to trade using my indicators. There's like not one way, but all the indicators kind of just complement each other. If you know how to use the indicators properly and look for certain confluences, I mean, you can pretty much create any type of strategy that you really want. It's really just like looking at the market and looking, okay, what kind of confluences would you look for the specific strategy that you're playing? And there's like a ton of different ways to make confirmations and etc. So down to the 1 hour chart here, guys. On down to the 30-minute. I'll just leave it blue now because I don't think it's really that necessary for us to color it in red. We did that back then because there's so many levels that were close by, but nowadays, I mean, all liquidity is pretty much equal because you can see right here that there isn't even any 10-minute or 15-minute levels. So, all right, guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, March 7th. It is 6:21 right now. Market's going to open in about 9 minutes. Got in a little earlier today than usual. I had to do some back-end work on my NinjaTrader. So got that fixed, and we have liquidity marked up here. So the closest level of liquidity here is going to be above right now at 38,855, and the lower level down here is going to be at 38,713 for the day. We'll see what happens here. I mean, this might get hit pre-market, but we'll see in the next couple of minutes or so what's going to happen here when market opens in the next 8 minutes. We have a lot of time till market open. The ATR is kind of low right now. It's currently at 10, or it was at 9, and it's pushing up to 10. So it's starting to pick up as we get closer and closer to market open, but we'll see what happens here in the next couple of minutes or so. See what else I'm missing here. So here's a clean chart. I'm gonna mark up 6:30. We got 6:30 right there. You got 8 o'clock right there. I'm gonna go over to the 4-hour time frame. I'm going to mark up structure right here if there's anything close by. Structure is a bit high up here, so it's not very close. We have more structure down here. We'll go down to the 1-hour time frame. So we got, I mean, it's the same structure from yesterday. The price never got up to these higher highs. There's another higher high here that's currently pending, but I mean, that's pretty much it. Otherwise, for the most part, all we have here is, this lower level. Let's go down to the 1 minute. I don't think it's going to be close enough. Yeah, it's actually pretty far. So there's no, or it's not super far. It's far enough, I guess. So I'll just put this right here. This is going to be the 4-hour support level. So yeah, if we get down to that point, great. If we don't, then it's fine. We'll make some adjustments as we get closer and closer to that point there. Looking over here at our breakout V3 chart, there's no levels here. There's no V1 pattern, so there's nothing for us to really look at here at this very moment, but we'll see what happens, when the market gets closer to open. If some V1 patterns show up so that we can start looking for an entry. Going over here to our main chart, there was actually a lot of news this morning, so let me pull up the chart real quick. We had news at 4:30, 5:30, 6, and 6:10. So for 4:30, 5:30, 6, and 6:10. So we got 4:30, which is right here. We have 5:30, which is right there. We have 6, which is right there. And we have 7, or sorry, not 7, 6:10, which is right there. So a couple of people were asking me, or they basically said, it'd be easier if I just left the stuff marked up. But for me personally, I like starting every day fresh and just marking everything new. It kind of forces me to go over each chart, make sure that I look at everything. Some people, if you guys want to do that, and you guys I think, for example, one of the things that someone mentioned was they were saying hey, Sean, it'd be easier if you just left the liquidity marked up that was untested from the day before. And yes, that's correct. I could leave all these lines marked up pretty much for the whole week, but I personally like doing them fresh because it kind of forces you to look at the levels of liquidity and it requires you to actually do some analysis before the market opens. So if you guys want to leave them up, you guys are more than welcome to leave them up. But for me personally, I always clear out the chart. It only takes me like a minute or two to mark up liquidity, so it's not really a big deal for me. But yeah, it's all up to preference. If you guys would like to just leave them up or mark them up fresh every morning like I do. Yeah, exactly. Nick says it makes sense. Got to wake up their brain somehow. Yeah, it's like a little warm up for me. It's like a little warm up exercise just to just wake myself up and make sure that everything is running correctly and I'm able to think sharply and effectively when the market actually does open. So, all right, guys. Good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, March 7th. It is 6:26 right now. Market's gonna open in about 4 minutes. Let's see who's here so far. Morning, Daniel. Morning, iPad. Morning, Kaner. Morning, Nick. Morning, Kevin. Morning, Delicia. Morning, William. Morning, everybody. Yeah, Nick said that Dow is up 107 points pre-market. Movement may be a little wacky. Yes, so we do have Powell speaking here at 7 o'clock, guys. I think that's the biggest news event that's coming up. The biggest thing that we have to look out for. So I'll mark up 7 o'clock over here on pretty much all of our charts. Powell is having part 2 of his testimony today. So I'm hoping we get that entry before he speaks. We have more news at 7:30, natural gas stocks. That's pretty normal, low impact, but we will be looking for that as well for the most part. Hey, Miriam, morning. All right, guys. So, I mean, it looks like we're pretty much good to go for the most part. Yeah, it looks like we're pretty much good to go. My USD CHF position is still running on its way to full TP. I got in at a discount up here, so I'm going for a bigger push than I technically would have hit the TP already. It was 55 points or 55 pips. A little extra here. Yeah, I'm at 70 now. I'll let that be. But yeah, those are my swing trades. I just kind of let them run. That one's been running for about a day, I think. All right, guys, so market is about to open in about 2 minutes. First level of liquidity is going to be up here at 38,855. Lower level down here is going to be at 38,713. Looking at retail sentiment is currently 72% short. This indicates that 72% of retail traders are currently selling right now. So you typically want to do the opposite and buy, but we'll see what happens here on market open. Fundamentals here are currently bullish pre-market. They're up 119 points. And that looks like it's about it. So there is a V1 pattern here with a pending buy signal, but it's not going to be useful to us, of course. At least not yet, especially if this closes with a buy signal. So if this closes with a buy signal, then this lower rejection is going to be irrelevant because we can't use it. Yeah, so we're not going to be able to use this right here, which is fine. But we will continue looking for the next opportunity as market opens here shortly in the next minute or so. So market is about to open in a few moments. Liquidity here just got hit, guys. So I don't know if anybody caught it, but we did identify this pre-market. If you guys got here early enough, you guys would have identified it and saw it. And there goes liquidity right there, full TP. So nice. Daniel caught it. Maddie caught it. Yeah. If you guys use, so this is what I was talking about before, guys. Like if you guys use, the confluences, like retail sentiment was obviously bullish, and this right here, liquidity just blasted right through pre-market. Next level is going to be right here at 38,901, and we'll see what happens in market open. So market is about to open in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Market is now open, guys. So here goes the opening candle. There's no entries for us here yet. Let's mark this up across the board. All right, so there's no PRV yet. Once the market kind of moves around a bit, I'll mark up structure here on the clean chart. Right now, it's kind of irrelevant, but I will mark it up later. Nice, Kaner caught it too. Yeah, exactly, Nick. Nick said that it seemed like a good one, but one trade away from passing his FTMO, so he didn't want to risk it pre-market, which I'm with you on that. Pre-market is tricky. You never really know if it's going to play through or not. So if this candle here closes red, we'll have a V1 pattern. If not, then I'll just keep pushing. So you got everything marked up. We are now waiting for something here to set up. All right, so there's nothing here for the PRV yet. I'll come back and take a look at this when it comes time, but there's just nothing for us to take here at the moment. Price is currently at the sessions right now. This can easily just bounce off it. It's in an area of manipulation. So as you guys know, these sessions here act as manipulation points. So one of two things will happen here. Price will either have a fake out and reject off here, or it can break through and continue on further. Otherwise, price might just consolidate here for a bit, churn the market, and once there's enough people on one side, it's going to spike the other way. So Yeah, just expect a lot of manipulation right here at this green line. Of course, you guys know that. It is there's actually two sessions right there. It's the New York high and the London high. They're all the same. They're just overlapping. So you can see how manipulation is happening right there. It's not really having much of a push or rejection yet. It's kind of just sitting there as it consolidates around the session. It might just push up, fake out, come back down, range. It's typical for these sessions there. I mean, either way, there's no entries available right now anyways. So there's nothing here to worry about. There's nothing here to really look out for. We're looking for a V1 pattern here for the breakout V3. No V1 pattern yet. So once we get that, we can possibly look for entry here. But yeah, nothing here yet. Here's our clean chart. Nothing going on here either. Next level of liquidity here got hit already. So if anybody grabbed that, looks like this one over here also got hit. Yep. So both levels of liquidity right here got hit already. For anyone who caught them. Two levels of liquidity right there. Full TPs. And price is now just sitting at these sessions like we just discussed. So not much to work with here. There's no other opportunities that are available. If you are looking to take any trades, be careful right now because it is at the sessions. Expect some manipulation to happen around this point. I'm just looking for a V1 pattern. So if anything, I'm looking for a V1 pattern here, double body or double wick, so that we can start looking for a breakout V3. The volatility here is pretty decent. It's currently 17 right now. It's not super high or super low. It's where it should be. Which is tricky because the volatility should be high right now because Powell's going to be speaking at 7. Otherwise, people are probably just going to sit tight for a bit, wait for Powell to speak, and then you're going to start to see the market move kind of crazy. But I'm hoping that we can get that breakout V3 before that happens, right? Because I don't want to be trading when Powell's speaking. So right here, if price comes back down and rejects off the pivot, this is going to be the first step for the PRV. But until then, we don't have that first step yet. So we're looking for a price to come back down and reject off the reject off one of these pivots. That's going to be the first step for the PRV. For anyone who's looking to take it, I'm only taking the breakout V3, as you guys know. So that's the only trade I'm personally looking for. Otherwise, I'll keep looking for any other opportunities here that may come up. But again, like I said, price is doing exactly what I just said earlier. I said price is probably either going to consolidate around this area or it's going to break out in either direction. It hasn't broken out, so it's just going to consolidate here. And it's just going to churn in traders. If you guys are not familiar with churning, they're just going to push price up and down and then lure in buyers and sellers. Once there's enough buyers or sellers on one side, they're going to spike price up or spike price down to stop the majority of people. So you can see manipulation almost always happens at the sessions. This is why we don't trade around the sessions for the most part. And it's been tried day after day. So you guys have seen this before. It's not like this is a new pattern or a new setup that's come up here. It's just an area of manipulation. So now we wait and we wait and we wait and we wait until we have something here. Right now, there's nothing yet, so just gotta sit tight. So you guys can see the ATR is kind of not really moving very much because there's not much movement here. Let's measure these candles real quick. I mean, the candles are moving. Not moving a crazy amount, but they are moving. Moving about 30 points. It's in a 30-point consolidation range right now. Price hasn't came down to retest the pivots. And again, you can see it's having trouble getting past the sessions right here. All right, it's just a waiting game. And we'll see here, price comes back up and retest the pivots retest the sessions one more time. So let's see if we get the rejection right here off the pivot. This is going to be the first step for the PRV. Looks like that's going to happen here. Or not, we'll see. So it looks like we're coming back to opening price right here. So liquidity's pretty much got hit. I mean, all the levels of liquidity got hit. I don't think there's any more levels that are close by. So the liquidity chart has pretty much been used up for the most part. Here's our clean chart. Price is coming back to opening price. There's no V1 patterns here, so there's no breakout that's set up yet. Looking over here at the PRB, there's no rejection off any of the pivots, so there's no opportunity there yet. And price is just right back at open. So I wouldn't mind if price comes down pretty heavy and then swings back up, and then we can catch that ride back to open. I think for me personally, I think that's kind of what I'd like to look for. I'd like to look for price to kind of drop down a bit. And as we get closer to 7, the bullish push back up, right? You guys saw how it did to the market yesterday, push price up. That's kind of what we're looking for. So there's nothing here yet. PRB still has not rejected off any of the pivots, so there's no opportunity here for rejection. That's the first step. The trend here is bullish, so you'd be looking for a bottom rejection, not a top rejection. There's no double body, double wick, so there's no V1 patterns. And again, we just wait. Just hoping we get some volatility soon, at least before 7. Otherwise, we might have to trade while Powell is speaking, which again is fine. It's not the worst that can happen, but we'll see. All right, so we're getting a rejection right here off the pivot. If we get the rejection right there, this is going to be the first step for the PRB. For anybody who's looking to take the PRB, I'm not taking it, but I will mark it up for you guys if it comes up. Matty said he wants price to drop kind of heavy. Yeah, same here. I was hoping that would happen, but I marked up earlier. They drop lower, but if it doesn't, that's fine. It's got to work with what we got. All right, so for the PRB, this candle is going to close in about 10 seconds. Looks like we're getting that rejection right there. So once we get that rejection right there, you'll be looking for some space or consolidation. Once you have that space consolidation, you'll look for the retest and then continuation back up. All right, so first step's done. Next step is consolidation space. Looking over here at the breakout chart, there's no double body or double wick. So even if this does close with a green candle or a green buy signal, we can't take this as a setup for a breakout V3, at least not yet. So PRB setting up right here. If this here, I don't know what happened to my momentum signal. Whoops. Why isn't it adding on? There we go. It's a little laggy today. All right, so we have, we don't really have much here. So it looks like we're getting that double body rejection there off the sessions. We would need a buy signal though. So we're getting the double rejection right here. V1 pattern, but we need a buy signal because even if we get this double body right here, we won't be able to take any sells because the sell signal here is already present. But we do have a V1 pattern setting up right there for the breakout V3. Looking at this right here at the PRB, if you get a wick rejection on the bottom end, guys, this is going to be an entry for the PRB. So if anybody's looking to take the PRB, you need to get that bottom wick rejection right there off pivot 2. If you do, then that's going to be the entry for PRB. You can get it, so not yet, but you can look for it down here as well. So if you're looking for that PRB, Just look for that bottom wick rejection off the pivots, any pivot here really, off any structure. And that'll be a positive PRV. Looks like we're getting a double bottom rejection on both sides. Okay, so if this candle here closes green, we might be able to get it set up for breakout V3 soon. The only problem is that it's going to be around the sessions right here, which is where we don't really want price to be. So I kind of want price to push up higher and then get our entry somewhere up here, away from the sessions. Well, we'll see. All right, so we're getting that right there. Here is our clean chart. I'll mark up structure here as well. All right, so we got that V1 pattern there. So we could have a possible buy here for a breakout V3. Again, we're just waiting. Same with the PRV right here. If this candle closes green and pushes up, then this could be an entry for the PRV. But you can see that price is pretty much just consolidating within this range right here. There's not really too much going on. PRV looks like it could be setting up though. Yeah, Maddie said it looks like it's just ranging before Powell gets on. I agree. That's pretty much what it looks like. It's just ranging and consolidating until Powell gets on at 7 o'clock. So again, if you get the bottom wick rejection here off the PRV chart, this will be the entry for the PRV. There's no rejection here. And so still no opportunity there yet. But I mean, realistically, price is just going sideways right here. So this right here is the 1 minute resistance level. I'll just draw a structure here so that you guys can see the range, but it's not really, that's not the support, it's just structure for right now, just to visualize the range. All right, so there's not really too much going on here. It's kind of what we expected. So it looks like this low here might get invalidated. If it drops a little lower. And we continue to wait here. All right, so again, it's just another waiting period, guys. Just got to wait for this here to actually move. Again, Powell speaking at 7 o'clock, so let's see what happens there. You know, again, I'd prefer it to drop lower, so I don't really care for it to give us the entry here anyways. But I'd like it to drop, and then when Powell speaks and pushes price up, there's no more double body there, guys. So the level is now gone. This is also gone too. So this is going to be a lower low. As you guys can see from my charts, this is a lower low right here. So this is going to establish the support level. Once this lower low here, if it happens here, or if it happens any lower, once it establishes as a lower low, that's going to be the support level on the 1 minute. So again, just waiting. Nothing here. The PRV still hasn't set up yet. Again, if this candle here closes green, this could be the PRV if anybody's looking to take it. So if this candle here closes green, this will be the PRV entry. Still has 40 seconds left on it, so it's got a lot of time. The lower low is now established, or it's attempting to establish down here. So this could be a setup for the breakout V3 as well. So, I mean, for me personally, the lower the better. I'd prefer it to drop even lower, but if this is where it drops, I mean, this is completely fine. This is where the buck stops. So this is going to be the PRV entry, guys. If it closes green, this is going to be the PRV. I'm not taking the trade. I'll mark it up for you guys. So if you guys want to take it at your own risk. But again, I'm only taking one trade, which is the breakout V3 over here. Yeah, so this is the PRV entry if anybody's looking to take it. I'm not taking the trade, but I've marked it up for you guys there. If you guys want to follow it and whatnot. So this is currently the PRV that is now running. There's no other entries here available yet. We do have the lower low here that's set up. It's currently at opening price. So we have a double body rejection right here. Now we need to get a buy signal and a green candle after it. If we get that buy signal and the green candle, then this will be our opportunity for the breakout V3, which is what I will actually take. So just need to climb up a little bit. Yeah, there's nothing here for me yet. So just waiting. If we get a buy signal here too, it's going to be a pivot scalp entry. So, I mean, there's a lot of different opportunities that are starting to line up over here. Pivot scalp, momentum scalp, high level momentum scalp. If the buy signal breaks and closes past pivots 1 and 2, that's going to be a high level momentum scalp as well. So there's a lot of different opportunities here that can set up. It can be a pivot scalp if the buy signal closes, momentum scalp. If it closes past these pivots 1 and 2 right here, then it'll be a high level momentum scalp as well. So basically like 3 entries in one. 3 entries in one, which is a pretty good confluence, right? So again, I'm just waiting. So I'm looking for my breakout V3, but I need that buy signal. So, I mean, the main thing I'm looking for is that buy signal. Once we have that buy signal, I can start looking for my breakout V3. But at the moment, we don't have that buy signal yet. So until then, I'm kind of just sitting on my hands waiting. All right, so we got the pending buy signal here. Buy signal didn't break and close past pivots 1 and 2, so that's not going to be a high level momentum scalp. However, this buy signal here could be the opportunity for a pivot scalp and also for a momentum scalp. However, it might be too close to session, like Maddie said. All right, we got 10 minutes till Powell speaks. Let's see what happens if the volatility picks up. The volatility is actually pretty high right now. It's currently at 20 ATR. It's because you're getting some pretty big candles here and there. We'll see the PRV is still running right here. It's currently in profit. But again, we need that buy signal in order for us to take our entry for the day. So here's a clean chart. I'm going to mark this up right there. This is going to be the 1 minute support. And again, we're still waiting. So buy signal still has not come up. It's just going to get a little tricky once Powell starts speaking at 7 because obvious reasons, push price around a bit with his responses. The jobs data just came out, said layoffs rise to the highest level for any February since 2009. It's crazy. It just gets worse and worse each year. We'll see. And we'll see with the presidential election coming around. All right, the candles are picking up a little bit. Volatility is picking up. So if this here, well, at this point, we're starting to get another low. So as we get another low here, this lower low is no longer going to be useful to us. So we don't really have a breakout V3 setup anymore. Again, I'm not in any positions here, guys. I'm waiting for my opportunity to take my breakout V3. The PRB is still running, but it's now in drawdown. I'm not in the position, so it's not anything that I have a stake in. I'm just drawing it up for you guys in case anybody wants to take it. I think the PRB is a good entry. It's just you have to pick one or the other. It's like either you take the PRB or you take the breakout V3. For me personally, I prefer the breakout V3. It's more, I wouldn't say accurate, but it's easier to follow. Like there's no guesswork when taking the breakout V3. So that's why I personally like using it. Also, it really utilizes the main indicators that I created, my original indicator, the momentum. So for me personally, I think there's more confluences with a breakout V3 versus there are with a PRB. So the PRB is back in profit, it looks like. It's pushing back into profit, almost at full TP. And there we go, full TP, it looks like. Yep. So if you guys took the PRB full TP right there, the breakout B3 still hasn't came up, so there's no entry for me yet. There's no opportunity here yet either because this lower low is no longer going to be our V1 pattern. This is going to be the closest low, and there's no V1 pattern there. So no entry here for any breakout B3s. Unfortunately, we just gotta wait. So it looks like we're going to cut into Powell's speech and his testimony, and we'll have to just hopefully that the market doesn't start to move all crazy once he gets on. Tom said we jinxed the PRV by not taking it. I mean, not really. I mean, you guys had the opportunity to take it. I told you guys ahead of time, if you guys wanted to take it, then take it. I don't think it's really jinxed. It's just, that's just how the strategies work, right? You have to choose which one you want. It's like, Tom, are you going to be a man and take it, or are you going to stand on the sideline and not take it, right? That's really what it is, bro. It's like, there's a reason why we're not taking it. We can't take it because if the trades come up separate, then you have to make a choice, right? Do you want the PRB or do you want the BB3? So it's not that we're not taking it purposely. It's because we can't take it because I chose to take the BB3. So see, Tom said not, but since we are not taking it, it was already hitting TP when we were taking it, bro. It just stopped hitting. I mean, it's not that it stopped hitting, it's just that we're getting at break even. Like those other days, it would be PRB would hit, breakout V3 wouldn't hit. I know, Tom. If you want to take it, then take it, bro. Because you talk a big game, but you're not taking any of these trades, bro. So if you want to take it, then take it. But I'm sure once you start taking it, it's gonna start losing. Or actually, tell me when you don't want to take it, Tom, and I'm gonna take it because I want to do the opposite of you. Yeah, you'll jinx it. So you can let me know when you're taking it, and I'll not take it. But when you guys just gotta take the trade, guys. I know we're joking around, but like really, if you guys want to take it, take it. But Tom, if you're taking any trades, let me know. Because I want to know who's a good luck charm and who's not the good luck charm. No, I'm joking with you guys, I'm messing. But yeah, you're not Steven yet. Once Steven pops onto this chat, I'm gonna ask Steven definitely what trades he's taking. Because because Steven is he's an indicator all to himself. Yeah, if you guys, well, when Steven comes back, you guys pretty much take whatever opposite of what Steven's taking. Because he's good at calling losers. Like he's good at calling losing trades, which I mean, it could be a good thing, right? Maddie said Steven's trading gold. No, he actually is trading gold. He asked me the other day, how can he trade gold on futures? And I told him the symbol. So he's trading gold right now. Man, that would have been kind of interesting if if we did the opposite, if we really did the opposite of what he did, because he's really good at calling losers. Like the trade that he takes, like the trade will go complete opposite. He'll like take a buy and that thing goes complete opposite for a sell, or he'll take a sell and the trade goes completely up. So we'll see. We will see what happens there. All right, guys, there's no opportunities here for us. We're going to be cutting into Powell's testimony over here. So we're going to have to be trading at this time, but I mean, it is what it is. Just got to deal with it. So there's no double body, double wick rejections. Once we have that, we'll start looking for opportunity, but the PRB here did hit full CP. We're going to pretty much ignore that chart for now. It's no longer useful to us. We're going to take the zone off right here. And yeah, we'll keep looking for any opportunities here that may come up. See, Albert's asking, does anyone know if you pass the 30 days and haven't passed your profit roll over? Yeah. So yeah, basically when you're trading with Apex, there's like two things that will happen at the rollover. If you didn't blow the account, then your account will stay where it's at, even if it's in the negative. It's not going to just automatically reset. The reset only happens if you've blown the account. So every month, if you're like, say like $1 negative, you're just going to be $1 negative for the next month. You kind of have to strategize. So say, for example, your renewal date is on March 8th, right? Say your renewal date's tomorrow, like today's the day to YOLO your account because you're going to get a reset anyways. if you're already in the negative. So yeah, I know it's kind of a game. You have to like pay attention to when your rollover dates happen, because when the rollover dates happen, you should understand, like if you're in the negative, you might as well YOLO that account, because if you're not in the positive by the next day, you're just going to be stuck at that price. That's a question that I get a lot from people. Um, I think Melvin asked me yesterday. He asked me his reset was today, and he was asking like, but he blew his, but he was like really in the negative. So he's asking if he should reset. You guys shouldn't, if your renewal is coming up like within a week, you guys probably shouldn't reset your account unless you're counting on passing that account within those few days, because you still have to pay the reset. So if you pay the reset and then you get the renewal, you're basically paying double. You might as well just cancel the account and buy a new one at that point. All right, guys, so there's still nothing here yet that is available. We're gonna get a double. I mean, I guess this could be considered a double wick if it closes up at the same level. Get really close. But all right, so this might be the V1 pattern that we're looking for. It's not a clean V1 pattern, so I'm just hoping that we don't have anything that comes up here. But if something does come up, of course I'll have to take it, because I'm taking every entry that comes up. That's valid with regard to the breakout V3. There's no other opportunities here. The buy signal still hasn't came up. So if you guys have been following the buy signal, we had a buy signal come up over here. It's been pending for like almost 20 minutes now. So the buy signal initially came up right here. Yeah, it's been 20 minutes. So 20 minutes of pending buy signals, but no buy signals have actually closed. We got Powell speaking over here shortly. All right, so we have a pending buy signal right here again. This might be the setup for PRB. I mean, sorry, not PRB, BB3. So guys, just keep in mind, 7 o'clock isn't like immediately when Powell starts speaking. That's just when it starts, but he doesn't necessarily start immediately at 7 o'clock. He can start at like 7:02. He can be starting right now. He can be like, unless we have a live stream running. Here, let me see if I can pull up a live stream. How live? See if he's started to talk yet. All right, so we have a buy signal right here. If the candle closes green, guys, this is going to be the entry for the breakout V3. Again, it's up to your guys' preference if you guys want to take it. If it does close valid, I'm going to take it, because that's just how the strategy works, and I have to follow it as it's taken. If it doesn't close green, which I kind of hope it doesn't, it's not going to be the entry there. All right, so they're barely getting started right now. They're just saying their good mornings in Congress. Yeah, I'm just watching it on my other screen. There's no entry here yet. So again, we have to wait for this candle to close, which it does not look like it's going to close green. We got about 5 seconds left on the candle. It's not looking green. All right, that's fine. That's kind of what I wanted. All right, so no entry there for the breakout V3 yet. Eddie's asking, is there news at 7:30? Yeah, there's news at 7:30. It's right here. EIA natural gas stock change right here at 7:30. Slow impact, but it's still news. So we have it there. All right, so other than that, there's still no opportunities here for entry. This lower low is probably not going to be useful for us, but it's okay. I'll just leave it as is. Because you already have a buy signal. So all right, there's nothing here that's available right now. Kind of just waiting for what's to come, but there's just nothing here yet. All right, so this is one of those days, guys. It's just one of those, it's going to be one of the slower days for us here. But the good thing is that pretty much every entry is hit so far. So we had the PRB here hit full TP, and then also we had the liquidity here hit on both ends, these two levels. So 3 entries today came up, liquidity 1, liquidity 2, PRB full TP, and now we're looking for the breakout V3. Otherwise, nothing else has come up just yet. So I have my USD CHF position running over here. See what the US is doing here. It's US weak. US looks weak across the board, so probably just hold on to it. Yeah, it's pretty weak. All right, we get a sell signal here, but there is no other opportunities here at the moment. Let's see, Vince said V1 at 647. Oh yeah, so there was a V1 entry that came up right here. That was a full TP. Nice work, Vince. I don't know if you caught it, but yeah, there was a V1 that was right there. Obviously went straight up. Yeah, the volatility is kind of low right now. I'll just move this over here. So there was a V1 pattern that did come up over there. Nice. Yeah, so Vince caught it for the ATR. Solid. All right, so this low here is no longer useful to us. Completely fine. I'm like tempted to close out my USD CHF. I think I'm going to close it out. There you go. I got out at a discount anyway. So this was the actual full entry that I was looking to get, like the full move. But I got in like way up here when it was in drawdown. So I actually got out for like, yeah, I got way more than I got in for. It's all good. So my forex account, as I showed you guys, I was like at 5,000. I'm now at 9,000. This is my personal forex.com account. So I just basically built this account doing some swing trades. It's been about a month, I think. I'm up like almost 5,000 on this. Not a lot, but I'm just taking swing trades on here. So it's fine. Leave that as is. Back to our normal charts here. Okay, so we're getting a V1 pattern right here, which is good. This is what I'm looking for. Maybe. If it closes green, there'll be a V1 pattern. If not, then not. Other than that, I guess we'll see what happens here next. Let's see. iPhone said breakout V3 continuation. There's no bearish trend right here, so it wouldn't be. Well, I mean, it depends on how you're applying it. So if you're just applying it without the trend, then yeah, that'd be a breakout V3 continuation. But typically, if you're taking it for a scalp as a continuation, then you would have to confirm the trend there. There's no trend here to confirm. The trend's actually still bullish, so it wouldn't necessarily be one that I would personally look to take. It looks like it would have hit though, right? Super quick move right there. Yeah, went straight to full TP. So I mean, there's a lot of different ways to apply the breakout V3 continuation, guys. If you guys just want to take it straight as is, then obviously you can just look for the sell signal, the red candle to follow it. That's just a regular breakout V3 continuation with no confluences. But if you want to apply it with a higher probability, then you would take it with the trend. So trend here is not bearish, but if you wanted to just take it as is, I mean, technically you can just take the breakout V3s like every single one. If you take them for a 1-to-1, eventually you're gonna be in profit, you know, by the end of the day. But again, that's just like one of those quicker scalping moves. So, all right, this level here is no longer useful for us. The lower low got pushed down lower. And again, we are just waiting. I'm watching Powell over here on my other screen. So if you guys look at me turn to the right a couple of times, I'm just looking to see what they're talking about. They're talking about farming right now. I mean, they're just going over all of the questions for the most part, but Powell hasn't actually started speaking. I got Mr. Scott right here. That girl in the back looks like she's kind of tripping. There goes behind Mr. Scott. If anybody's watching it with me. So I just have the screen open over here, guys. It's just kind of funny sometimes. Yeah, so I'm watching it right here. I have it on my other screen. I have like three screens here, so I'm watching on my third one. But sometimes you'll have people that are sitting behind, and I think like it's always funny to see who's sitting behind him. Like one time there was, and if you guys, a lot of you guys remember this, like there was this one time where this girl was sitting behind, I think Powell in like a red dress, and like she was just too distracting. Like everyone kept looking at the girl, so they like she moved, but they knew that they moved her. Yeah, the red dress girl. Since he remembers, of course. There was a girl with a red dress, and everyone just kept looking at like we knew that people were looking at her because people in the live were looking at her. So they moved her out of the way. So it's always funny to see who's like behind and around. And that'd be freaking boring. I wouldn't want to sit there and just listen to Powell speak. These those people are obviously not trading. All right, so Powell is now speaking. You can see price starting to dump down here a little bit. I don't know what he's saying, but he's talking about inflation. I just have the subtitles up. So I'm just kind of reading what he is discussing as he says it. So this is actually good. It's kind of good that he's talking because when he speaks, he creates volatility in the market. So when he creates the volatility, we'll look for the correction. So he might say something and price might come down heavy, and then it'll establish a double body, double wick, and then price will correct back up, right? So it's a double-edged sword. It's a good thing and it's a bad thing that he's speaking. It's a good thing because he's creating volatility in the market. It's a bad thing because he'll create spikes in the market as well. Like we might have an entry and then he might say something and price will just spike the other way. So it is CNBC disabled the chat this time. So yesterday there was a chat that was open for CNBC and everyone was just talking in the chat about trades, like taking buy or sell trades for gold. And they disabled the chat today. I don't know why they had it open yesterday, but the chat was going crazy yesterday on the YouTube. All right, so there's still no opportunities here, guys. The trend still hasn't shifted yet. It's kind of more on the neutral side now. 710 right now. So now that we haven't had the entry before 7 for the breakout B3, I'm anticipating the entry to come a little later, closer to like 740. If you guys remember in the past, that's kind of what happens usually with these breakout B3s. If the entry doesn't happen in the beginning, there's usually a dead period for a bit, and then it picks back up, and then it'll probably happen around like 730, 740, closer to that time period. 710 right now, so not really expecting too much to happen here until we get a V1 pattern. So once we get that V1 pattern, I'll start looking for entries. But right now, there's just nothing for us to take here. Everything else is pretty much hit. Liquidity is done. There's no other liquidity that's close to price unless price comes down super far below or price pushes up super high above, right? The next level of liquidity is up here at 38,991, and the lower level is right here at 38,713. So the liquidity is done for the day for the most part. Both levels here got hits for full TPs. The PRV hit full TP, and now we're just waiting for the breakout B3. But we don't have that yet. Maddie said another high level momentum scalp pending, but he's going to sit on it. Yeah, I think that candle was a little too big too. Oh no, it's actually not that bad. It's a decent candle. Yeah, it's a high level momentum scalp right there that's currently running. Not in the position, but this is a high level momentum scalp for anybody who's looking to take it, of course. I think it'll probably hit. It might take a while, but I think once Powell says something good, and there you go. It did exactly that. As soon as I said that, I said, as soon as Powell says something good, Powell just said something about how inflation is getting better and the price just spiked up right there. Yeah, so this is what I mean about Powell being like, a double-edged sword. It's kind of tricky because You don't know what he's going to say. He could say something good, he could say something bad. And that's literally all it can take to push price in a certain direction. So there goes the high-low momentum scalp full TP right there. We're getting a V1 pattern right here. So if this closes with a red candle, this could be a V1 pattern, and we can possibly look for maybe a sell for the breakout V3. We got about 30 seconds left on this candle, so we have a lot of time. But you guys will see a lot of entries will pop up here and there. So this entry right here was a high-low momentum scalp. It was also a pivot, or actually it wasn't a pivot scalp because the trend wasn't confirmed yet. All right, so no V1 pattern there, which is fine. Again, like I said, we're just gonna have to wait. I don't think this entry is gonna come up for like another 20 minutes or so, unless Powell like really shakes up the market somehow. On indicators coming in. All right, so we got two entries here, V1 variation, high-low momentum scalp. So 4 entries or 5 entries for the day so far. These two right here, V1 variation, high-low momentum scalp, PRV, full TP, two liquidities here, full TP as well. And I think it's good to identify these entries because this will give you a good understanding as to like, okay, how's the market moving for the day, right? Are our momentum trades hitting? And it looks like they are. So it's always a good sign. It's a good sign to see other entries and other strategies hitting because odds of your other ones hitting as well are very likely. Let's see, iPhone is asking, so for this breakout V3 continuation, would have been much better to take than the last one because it was a buy. There's still no trend. I think that's the thing that you're kind of not getting right there. So like I said, you can take the breakout V3 continuation, like if you want to just take it with the momentum and the following candle, but if you're taking it how like everybody takes it on the scalps, you'd have to use a trend, right? The trend here was not like the first one that you identified, the trend was not bearish. So obviously that wouldn't have been entry there. Again, right here, the trend's not bullish because the pivots were shifting. It was going sideways. So I think you need to work on like identifying the trend. Once you can identify the trend, then you look for breakout V3s, continuations. But it looks like you're just skipping the step. You're skipping the whole trend step, which is what we're kind of explaining to you. So, I mean, if you want to take it as is, feel free to take it. But if you want to take it with the confluence behind it, you would look for you would either look for the V1 variation or you look for the trend, or you look for both. If you want something that's very high quality, then you look for both, right? You would look for the V1 variation, which would be the reversal pattern. That's like one big confluence. And then you look for the trend to know that you're trading in the direction of trend, of course. But then again, if you're scalping, opening prices right there, so that's a red flag. There's other factors that go into it. So, I mean, it could be as simple or as complicated as you want. There's no one way to apply it. So it kind of just depends on what you're looking for, right? Do you want a risky breakout V3 continuation? Do you want a conservative one? Do you want one that's moderate? I mean, you got to set the rules yourself, right? Are you looking for a V1 pattern? Are you looking for the trend? Because you haven't looked for either of those, it makes it a risky entry. It's pretty much the same thing. Both of those entries are at the same level because there was no confluence there for you. So yeah, while it did hit, I mean, it could have easily turned the other way. And you can see right here that it rejected directly off opening price. And this is why you don't trade around opening price because it's a red flag. So I think what you got to do is you got to set your rules out. You know the strategy. So obviously set up your rules. Do you want one that's risky? Do you want one that's not risky? Do you want one that's conservative? Do you want one that's moderate? Do you want to use the V1 pattern? Do you want to use the trend? Right? There's a lot of questions I can ask you, but it's really up to you how you want to do it. So everybody's different. For me, I'm only looking for those A+ trades. So I'm looking for as many confluences as possible. So for both of those entries, I would have said no. But if you're looking for something that's risky, but highly profitable as well, then you can take pretty much every entry just as is. So there's still no entries for us here, guys. We're still waiting for that V1 pattern. Like I said, for me, I'm looking for those A+ entries. So I'm looking for that confluence, which is just not there yet. Thanks, Rashida. So Powell is now speaking about regulations. I just took a glance over at him right now. Yeah, so you can see over here, when you start to dial down on regulations, price starts to come down a little more because regulation is not good for the economy. I mean, it's good for the economy, but not good for the people who are looking to make money because it just creates roadblocks. Let's see. We got some team profits over here. So we got Maddie over here with a total profit of 3,600 for the day. Nice work, Maddie. And it's funny because the other Maddie is like right behind you every time. So the other Maddie over here, both Maddies, first Maddie is 3,600. The next Maddie over here, he locked in 1,549 for the day. All wins there. Looks like he took the PRB. We have Kenneth over here, total profit of 4,990, all wins. We have Andreas, total profit of 2,060 for the day, all wins here. We have Casey, total profit of 338 per account. He has 3 accounts here, so about 1,000 for the day, all wins. So nice profit so far. Yeah, Casey over here locked in 1,164 for the day. Great work. Other than that, nothing here available yet at the moment. There's a possible V1 pattern here that is starting to set up, which would be useful for us. All right, so the breakout V3 might be setting up soon, guys. Looks like it. This candle has to close green. If it closes green, we'll get that V1 pattern right there. Then we need a buy signal and a green candle to follow it. Once we have that, we'll be able to look for entry. Otherwise, we will be waiting again. All right, so we got that V1 pattern right there. We are now looking for a buy signal. Looking for a buy signal and a green candle to follow it. Just trying to look at Powell and see what they're talking about right now. Okay, so we're talking about like how people can't afford to pay for certain things, like a down payment for a house. Powell's going to respond to this. Okay, so we're talking about how it's hard to be a homeowner, people can't afford a down payment, etc. If Powell has something good to say about this, he's probably going to push price up. So he's going to rebuke that with like, okay, well, we'll have all these plans coming out, then price will probably push up higher. Yeah, exactly. I'm just looking at his, I'm waiting for his response to this here. Now they're talking about immigration and how we can't afford stuff because of illegal immigrants using tax dollars. Okay, so we got 2 topics that they basically discussed. Unable to afford housing, and then also how immigration is kind of affecting, legal immigration is kind of affecting our tax dollars. So I'm kind of looking at both right here. I'm looking to see how Powell is going to react to it. And then, so we got a couple questions here. There's still no entry here yet. We're looking for the buy signal. Once we get the buy signal, we'll look for the opportunity, but Powell still hasn't responded to the questions. They're still asking Powell a bunch of questions right here about tax dollars and stuff like that. Okay, so there's no V1 pattern here anymore. Unfortunately, we got to wait a little longer. All right, Kenneth, we'll see you back here tomorrow. So Kenneth's done for the day. Recouped his account from yesterday's revenge trading. Yeah, man, that's good. So you made your money back, Kenneth. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Dejan said, yeah, but Biden said that everything is normal now. And I can't wait to see Trump back in house. Market's gonna be pretty fun if Trump gets reelected. Or yeah, he gets put back into the house. All right, so it looks like we might get another V1 pattern here. Powell is now speaking. He's responding to his questions. All right, so Powell pretty much commented on immigration. He said that it's none of our problem, it's none of our business. That's immigration policy. It doesn't have to do with our money. Um, which he's right, because it's not. Yeah, that was a good response from Powell. Powell says none of our business, you know. They always try to get a response out of Powell. It's always funny watching these. If you guys have never watched Powell speak, um, you guys should. It's interesting because they always try to get stuff out of him, but Powell is like he's such a straight shooter. Like they keep trying to push him about immigration, but like he's saying that he heads the Federal Reserve, like he heads the money of the U.S. and the U.S. dollar. The immigration, he doesn't have control over immigration policy. So we got the V1 pattern right here. Let's just hope Powell keeps having some good things to say here, some good responses, and I'm pretty sure he will. Powell has some pretty good responses. Like whenever they try to attack him, he responds very well to those questions. Um, that's why he's been there for so long. Like Powell's been here since I don't even know how long, but definitely before COVID, from the Bush era, and he's been there for a long time. Yeah. So they're still attacking him about financing, about finances and immigration. All right, New Jersey Senator Mendez is now asking questions. Saw that V1 pattern. Yeah, let's see what the next topic is because they went off immigration. Now it's done, and now the senator of New Jersey said he has a story to tell. Let's see. Shannon's asking, are the resets still 35? I believe so, Shannon. I think they're still going on for a couple more days. Yeah, I believe so. All right, so we got price pushing up right here. We're looking for that buy signal, guys. Again, we have the buy signal here pending. So once this buy signal closes, we'll be looking for a following green candle. So the 1 minute over here shifting back up, the 5 minutes still bullish, 10 minutes bullish, 30 minutes bullish, 1 hour is bullish, 4 hour here starting to shift bullish. So this is looking good for, obviously a swing back up. If we do get that swing back up, price is having trouble getting past the pivot still right here, as you guys can see. It pushed up pretty hard and then it got pushed down right away. So we'll see if it continues to climb up from here. All right, we got the buy signal, guys. So if this candle closes green, this is going to be the breakout V3 entry. The candle has to close green, then we have about 50 seconds left on it, so we got a lot of time. So just gotta sit tight, wait for this candle here to get to close to closing, and then we'll see if it pushes up. If anything, if this becomes the case for the entry, my guess is that target price point is going to be opening price up here. But again, you have to wait for the candle to actually close. We still got 20 seconds left on here. So Powell just needs to keep saying good responses. Keep responding well, Powell. Push the market up higher. All right, we got 10 seconds left on this here. Try to count down as we get closer and closer to it. So we got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, entry. So I'm in the position. This is the breakout V3 entry right here. I don't know why sometimes it says order filled, sometimes it doesn't. But I'm in the position. All right, Powell, keep saying some good stuff. All right, let's see. Oh, shit, I'm at one. All right, so everything's set up. Now we just gotta wait. The volatility is kind of low, as you guys can see. The ATR is down to 14, and the TP stop loss is kind of far out compared to what we're used to. So Powell hasn't spoke yet. Senator Mendez from New Jersey is still talking. So once Powell speaks, I'm hoping he has some good stuff to say, and it just pushes price up. Anyways, target price point is going to be opening price right here. So this is where I'm expecting price to push up to. If it does continue to climb up from where it's currently at. So this is target price point, opening price. I mean, everything else looks fine though. So the trend over here on the 5 minutes bullish, 10 minutes bullish, 30 minutes bullish, 1 hour is bullish, 4 hours switching to bullish. The 1 minute here is starting to climb back up to bullish. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, everything looks like it should be going up. Looking over here at retail sentiment, it is currently 74% short. This indicates that 74% of retail traders are currently selling right now. So we typically like to do the opposite and buy. You can see right here it says bullish, so price should be going up. News event at 7:30 shouldn't really affect it too much, but it is coming up right there at 7:30. And we'll see what it comes out to, but it's low impact. Then we have CNBC over here. CNBC is currently bullish. It's up 158 points. So with that said, we do have a bullish bias. All right, so price is climbing up. Powell still hasn't spoken. We have now Mr. Rounds speaking. Interesting name, Mr. Rounds. And we are now just waiting for this here to climb up higher from where it's currently at. I'm just watching away from Powell to speak. Let me see what they're talking about. So we got, let's see what they're attacking Powell with now. So it says, oh, there we go. The news just came out right there. Let's see what the news was. News was neutral. Neutral news. Markup news right here. That pink, of course. Off. All right, let's see. What are they asking him? So Powell is now speaking on changes to federal economic policy. Basel III in game. Lack of transparency. Negative effects. Okay, so they're talking about the home loan, like basically the mortgage market right now. So we'll see what happens here. So they are talking about de-incentivizing the mortgage market. Waiting for Powell's response to this. And you guys can see the volatility is kind of just spiking back and forth right now because of what's being covered. They're talking about Fannie Mae. Just need Powell to respond to this. Come on, Powell. Let's see. So Powell said, they're very well aware of what's going on. They haven't decided what they want to do yet with regard to that, with regard to the terms of process. They're not at a stage to make the decision. And he said, if it makes you feel better, we're doing what we can. Okay, so they're still going back and forth. They're still attacking Powell right now regarding the mortgage market. And you can see how the market is reacting to it. Um, so Powell basically said, this broad change is going on. They need to create a proposal. They can't really speak on it yet. Yeah, this guy's still attacking Powell about it. And this is like a really important topic too. Obviously the housing market, everyone is forecasting the housing market to kind of crumble over the next couple of years. All right. So now they're attacking President Biden. Basically saying, pal, how are you going to fix this? President Biden screwed up our market. He's destroying everything. How are you going to fix it? And let's see how Powell responds to this. Yeah, they're basically throwing Biden under the bus right now, saying that he made horrible decisions and now we're in debt. All right, pal, let's see how you respond to this. Say, fuck Biden. Let's see what he says to this. Okay. So they're asking how he's going to respond to high inflation, high interest rates. It's pretty neutral in his response. He says, yeah, we have to bring down inflation, which is our job at the time, is our main job at the time. Fed's job is to restore stability. And you guys can see how price is kind of interesting to just watch and just listen to how he's talking and how price is reacting to it. Yeah, so Biden said that another surprise is that they might be able to get inflation down quickly. So Biden has, I mean, Powell has a lot of good things to say right here. But then again, they're still attacking him. So they're back to the Senate and he's done. All right. So the Senate's done attacking Powell for now. He's got to see how the market reacts to it. And that guy stormed out. He's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. That dude was like, had enough questions. And then now we have Senator Warner questioning. All right, so again, they are asking about inflation. They're now attacking President Biden's policies. And they're asking, how is Powell going to bring down inflation with regard to the policies within the next 8 to 9 months? So again, we're just waiting for Powell to have a response here. I'm hoping he just has a big response, tell him like, yeah, Trump's about to be in house in the next year, so don't trip. That's kind of like what I'm expecting him to say here. They're just talking about how the stock market's plunging, how it raised a year ago. So we're not really getting too much movement here. I mean, price isn't profit and it's pushing up, but we're not getting too much movement here because you're just going over the same thing over and over. They just keep attacking Biden's policies and then asking Powell how he's going to fix this and how they're going to get inflation down and how they're going to fix the housing market, et cetera. It's just he doesn't really have any real responses because he can't. There's nothing that he can do about it. It's not like there's something big here that he can do. I mean, the real thing is just the presidency, right? So that's why price kind of here just goes back and forth a lot. Um, Yeah, Dijon said they really have to put Biden in each and every question. I'm trying to learn economics here. I know it's just a back and forth. So we're probably gonna get a range here, consolidation until like the real questions come in. I mean, these are real questions, but like questions that will really affect the market because it's kind of just it's in the limbo right now. Okay, so Powell is now speaking. Let's see. So Powell is basically saying that the stock market is how it is, right? It's like not everyone is in control. There's like they're not really sophisticated investors. It's more so just us here, retail traders, who are trading, which is looking good for the which is looking good for us here. Come on, pal. We need something. We need something else to just get that a little higher. Come on, pal. Let's see. I'm watching it over here. Make sure that I don't get caught. Okay. Now they're arguing with Powell about how everybody should be a sophisticated investor. So let's see, almost there. Oh yeah, full TP. There we go. Thank you, pal. That's my dude. All right. So we watched Pal speak and respond to every single thing, and it did exactly what we needed. So great work, Pal. Pal did exactly what we wanted. It did exactly, look at where I drew this from, guys. Like, how can I get any more accurate? I literally drew it and it did exactly what I drew. Price pushed up, retraced, went to opening price. And there we go, as Pal continues to push price higher. Great work, guys. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm funded on one account. I have one account that I'm only down by like 300 bucks. I'm like $300 on my so I guess I could just trade this one individually, but I'm funded on one of them already. So let me just trade that one by itself if I can or if I need to. If I see something good, I'll take it. But if not, then of course, like 300 bucks on like one account. Should have just took it for another point, but it's all good. All right, so I'm funded on a couple of my accounts here. I'm funded. All right, Michelle. So I'm funded. Looks like a lot of you guys here are going to get funded too. Great work, guys. A lot of profits right there. Super solid. Let's take a look at everybody now. So we got Vince over here, total profit of 475. Nice win right there, Vince. All wins. We have Terrence over here, total profit of 363 per account. He has well over 900 for the day, about 1,000. We have Narith over here. Here's Terrence's dad. Have the whole family here. Locking about 1,000 per account. I think he has 10 accounts here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He has 10 accounts here. Total profit of 10,000 for the day. We have Maddie over here, total profit of 6,840. Nice work, Maddie. We have Terrence, more profits here, total profit of 1,132, all win. So total profit of well over 3,000 for the day. Nice work, Terrence. We have Andreas, total profit of 6,040 for the day, all wins here. Nice work, Andreas. We have Eunice, total profit of 1,219 for the day. Nice work, Eunice. We got Jake here. Jake's first day in the group. He just signed up last night. Total profit of about 1,000 for the day. Nice work, Jake. We have Dejan, total profit of 1,250 for the day. All wins right there. Nice work, Dejan. We have Fund Me here, total profit of 630 for the day. All wins as well. We have Jonathan, total profit of 2,000 for the day. All wins here. We have Casey, total profit of 3,000 for the day. All wins as well. We have Maddie, more profits here. Well over, let's say about 3,000 for the day. All wins. We have Kaner, total profit of 2,300 per account. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 accounts, so well over 14,000 for the day. Nice work, Kaner. We have Vince, total profit of 1,000 on his Apex, total profit of 730 on his FTMO. Nice work, Vince. We have Cam, total profit of 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, well over 4,000 for the day, all wins. We have more profits here from Narith, 2,000 per account. He has 20,000 for the day. Nice work, Narith, all wins. We have Tom here, total profit of well over 3,000 for the day, all wins. We have Ross here, total profit of about 1,000 per account. He has 20 accounts here, so about like 18,000 for the day, all wins. We have Delicia. She's now funded on one account, total profit of 2,500 on her first account, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000. So well over 7,000 for the day for Delicia, all wins. We have Sean here, total profit of 1,059 for the day, all wins. Nice work. You know, my words mixed up there. We have Alex over here, total profit, let's see, total profit of 1,000, 2,000, about 2,000, about 3,000 for the day. Nice work, Alex, all wins. We have William here, total profit of 328, all wins as well. We have Nick here, total profit of 5,563, all wins on his FTMO and all wins on his Apex. Nice work, Nick. We have Madhu here, total profit of 1,000 for the day, all wins. And we have Sean over here, some more profits, total profit of 2,322. Nice work, Sean. All right, so price is still climbing up right here, guys. It's climbing up pretty heavy. Powell is doing his job. So Powell is doing what he does, right? Money printer right here, pushing price up. I don't recommend you guys chase it, but if you guys do see an entry, I mean, feel free to hop into whatever you guys feel like it. But for the most part, there goes our entry right there for the breakout B3. I'm sure everybody's happy here. Had a pretty good hot streak so far for this week. And we're killing it, guys. We are definitely killing it right now. Yeah, congrats to a lot of you guys. Looks like a lot of you guys here got some funded accounts today. That's always a good thing, right? Always a good thing. Let me take a screenshot of my profit. So I tested a trade here as well. I opened up a personal account with NinjaTrader, so I have my own personal account with them now as well. And I am going to take a screenshot of this real quick. I got hella accounts, bro. All right, so I took my first official personal account trade. Made some pretty good profit on that. All right, so I just took one contract. I could take more, I guess, but here are my profits so far. How much is this moving? Its volatility still pretty high. Yeah, the volatility still looks like it's pretty high.
Order filled.
Oops. What's that? Oh, that's on the other account. So I'm trying to finish up the other account over here. That's just one. It's weird how like the trail bait works on this one, but not on the when I'm taking the bigger trades. So I'm just trying to get like 1 point here so that I can get to my goal.
Order filled.
Yeah, I just got another funded account. All right, for sure. That's all I fucking needed. Oh man, that was fucking. I was like, I was trying to move my TP and then it was started shooting up so high, so I tried to close it. I kind of don't like NinjaTrader because it's kind of complicated like that, where you can't just like, I mean, you can drag and drop, but I'm on a laptop here, so the touchpad sucks. But okay, now I got another funded account. There we go. Kind of stressful, but I knew price was going to push up. So the reason why I took this right here is because I saw price pushing to the high right here. I knew it was going to break the high for basically a high-low scalp. So I got in right there, and then there we go. 2 funded accounts today. That was kind of stressful because I was trying to talk to you guys and then also get this quick 2 points in, and I got it. So now I guess I can take an updated screenshot of my accounts. I'm now closing my MC4, or not MC4, fuck MC4, my NinjaTrader. So let me take an updated screenshot of my profits for the day. I'm pretty good at profits for the week too. So my weekly profits are pretty good. And yeah, that's kind of weird that it made a sound on just one account, but not on copier. Okay, so let's take a look at the profit so far. It's about to be 8 o'clock, so we're pretty much done for the day for the most part, but I got 2 funded accounts today. The rest of the accounts should be coming soon. They're like at 155,000, so a couple more trades and I'll be good on those. But there we go, 2 funded accounts. I'm kind of glad that I don't have to pay for all of them at once because then I have to pay the activation fee on all of them. But okay, so here are my profits on all my accounts. Let me just delete this one. Or I can leave that up there. Anyways, here are my profits. So let's add this up real quick. So I locked in 1440 times how many accounts I got? 19 accounts plus 1740 plus 120. Okay, so 29,220 for the day. And then for the week, I locked in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so 26, 21 times 12. And then I got a couple more here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I got a lot of profit across all my accounts. Okay, so 16,086 plus 31,452 plus mother account 2,741 plus my personal account 115. I locked in 50,394. Damn, that's some pretty nice profit for the day and for the week. So for the day currently, I am up 27,360 for the day. And then for the week, I'm up 50,394. Shit, it's a lot of profit. It's a lot of profit right there. And this is only taking the breakout V3. So those are my profits for the day and the week. I'm up 27,360 for the week. And then I'm up 50,374 for the day. As you guys can see right here, my first account up here, I only took one contract. This is my personal account with NinjaTrader. I have about 5,000 in that account. I just took a feeler trade. So I took a 4 contract or a 1 contract. I'm going to be taking 4 contracts. So I make about 500 per trade on my personal. The reason why I'm doing that is because I paid for a lifetime license with NinjaTrader. I have my own license with them now. What I'm going to be doing is I'm taking a Series 3 exam. As you guys know, I'm going to be managing money. So basically, I'm going to toss some accounts on here for who can afford my automated trading or whatever you want to call it, my managing service. So like basically, once I get licensed, I'm doing everything legal, right? So you see a lot of trading gurus out there who are doing account management stuff. They're doing all that stuff illegally. They're not licensed. They're not supposed to be doing it. For me, I'm doing everything legal. So I'm taking the test. I'm going to be registered with the CFTC. I'll be known in the trading space, you know, as a money manager. And then I'll be able to start adding people to my account. So you guys can only imagine, right? I'm making like 1,000 per Apex account. And then once I have other people's accounts on here too, I'll be making another 1,000, and then I'll make another 1,000 on my account. And then I'll have other funding companies. And then, so I made like 50K for this week so far. That's just going to multiply as I add more and more accounts to my copier here. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for my account right there. Let's look at the team profits. A lot of big things coming for the group, guys. Like a lot of big things coming for the group. You know, eventually I'm going to be closing down this group. So it's just going to be you guys here. So you guys who are here so far, don't worry, nothing's happening. Everything's going to stay the same, but I'm not going to be opening this group up to like anybody anymore. So if you guys know anybody that wants to have access to the live sessions or the indicators, they got to sign up now, guys. Because once I start the hedge fund, I'm not going to be letting people join in because I don't want too many people using the strategies. I'd rather just do it myself, and then people can pay me like a fee, and then we all get rich off that. But you guys are fine. Everybody who's here is fine. If you guys have any friends or family that wants to sign up and get access to it, this is the time. Because once I take the test and I start moving towards hedge fund status, I'm not going to be opening this up to the public anymore, because we don't want like 1,000 people using the same strategy. We want whoever's here right now, and we'll just keep repeating the process year over year over year. Everybody's going to get rich here, and it'll be a fun ride for everybody. So just keep that in mind, guys. So if you know randomly the website is no longer accepting any more applicants, that's because I decided to shut it down. We have some more profits here from Kevin. Kevin locked on a total profit of 1,250 for the day per account. He has 2 accounts, so well over 2,000 for the day. Nice work, Kevin. And then we have Jeff over here as well. Jeff locked on a total profit of, let's see, about 200 for the day. Nice work, Jeff. All wins. Bimal is asking, are you still live on YouTube? So the only reason I go on YouTube is to document the trades, but like I'm still going to be recording the live sessions, but I'm not going to be going live for free on public, like for the public on YouTube. So yeah, the public YouTube is no longer going to be like available, but it's going to be recorded. So if you guys want to go back and review the live sessions, it's still going to be there for you guys, for whoever is in the group. Matthew said you got an ETA on that. Well, I'm taking the test. Well, I'm studying for the test right now. So studying for the test should take about a month, if not 2 months. I'll take the exam, and then I'll get registered with the SEC or whatever, CFTC and stuff like that. And then probably by the end of the year. So probably by the end of the year, I'll start getting into money management. Yeah, I mean, basically, if you guys are part of that program, it's not going to be open to everybody. So just keep that in mind. People would have to apply to it. You have to have a lot of money to actually be part of the program. But yeah, basically, your account will just be part of my copier. And like every time I take a trade, you're just gonna make money after money after money. And that's kind of how it's gonna work. So, but personally, I think it'd be better if you guys have the indicators, because you know, like for me, I made this much for today, but you'll see how much everybody else is making doing it by themselves, right? Like you can make way more money doing it by yourselves, right? Because I'm gonna be trading very conservatively. I'm not gonna be trading risky, because once I start managing money, I can't take crazy risk. So like Ross over here, he made just the same amount, 20K for the day, right? You guys have seen Kip made like 80K in one day. So, you know, the better that you are at learning the skill, the better you'll be off. So just keep that in mind. I know it seems easier and it seems lucrative just me trading for you, but I'm going to be taking very conservative trades. So yeah, you'll have consistent profit, but you're probably gonna be better off trading your own as well. So I could be trading with me, and then you can also be trading your own account so that you can make double, triple, quadruple profit from there. Some more profits here from Gian, and I think this is going to be it. So Gian here locked in 671, all wins for the day. And that looks like it's about it. So, all right, guys, if there's any other questions that you guys have, you know, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'll see you guys back here tomorrow as we wrap up the trading week and close out the week strong. So, all right, guys, I'll see you guys back here tomorrow for the next live session. If you guys